Last year, Hannibal's hopes of a lengthy postseason run were doused in a closely contested showdown with Harrisonville that the Pirates fell on the wrong end of. Now, revenge would be nice, and they have waited a year for it, and Hannibal would get their shot against Harrisonville. Monday Night Football in Missouri, the second round of the postseason. Very rainy in Missouri throughout, as you'll see here soon, but on the first possession, Harrisonville strikes first as Zach Davidson connects with Mason Safels for a 55-yard touchdown, puts the Wildcats up by a score of 6-0 after the extra point fails. Defensively, they are powered by Travis Britz. This is the Kansas State commit that comes up with the big sack of Dalton Powell. Pirates able to stop one drive of Harrisonville's in the first half, though, as Michael Shivers comes up with the big interception. Penalties continually hurt the Pirates on offense, though. In the second quarter here, John Fuller with the touchdown run. It's 14-0 after one half. As we take into the second half, Dalton Powell hits Caleb Bieniek for the nice first down, but Hannibal would just have trouble moving the ball all night. Only puts up 7 points on the board in the second half and 7 points for the whole game. Hannibal's season comes to a close. They fall to Harrisonville by a score of 21-7. Down in Class 2, Macon taking on Monroe City. At Monroe City, this is the only sectional in the state that pairs two district runners-ups. A large part of that thanks in part to Monroe City's upset of top-ranked Centralia on Wednesday. Macon strikes first, though. On their second possession, Henry Walker finds some daylight. He is tracked down at the 10-yard line. That help sets up Nick Hamilton and the jet sweep. This 10-yard touchdown makes it 6-0 Tigers after the PAT fails. Monroe City able to answer, though, by virtue of Blake Rogers, who hits Blake Grice for the big first down. Has a little room to run after the catch as well. The Panthers fans loving it, and Grice finishes what he starts with the touchdown here of 4 yards. That puts Monroe up 7-6 after a Kyle Fulton extra point goes through. Macon answers, though, and that Macon offense is dangerously explosive. Dylan Perrin's play-action strike hits Taekwon Kelly. Taekwon Kelly and the rest of this Macon team seem to be very, very healthy. He picks up big yards and picks up the first down. Kelly would finish the drive with a 2-yard touchdown run. 12-7 Macon at that point. Clarence Cannon Conference Defensive Player of the Year Nick Hamilton suffocating Monroe City all night long. And eventually, Taekwon Kelly would add another touchdown, this one from 56 yards out. Macon goes up 18-7 at that point. They pour it on and end Monroe City's dreams of a second straight big upset. Macon wins by a final score of 31-7. Elsewhere in Class 2, South Callaway falls to Blair Oaks 14-8. That means Blair Oaks will host Macon on Saturday afternoon. At the Class 1 level, another mud bowl of sorts as Louisiana would take on South Shelby here in Shelby. Sean Bertrand, though, no rain stops this guy. He rumbles for 30 yards here. Great pickup, and that would help him eventually set up his own score from short yardage. And South Shelby strikes first, and they are on the board first by a score of 7-0. More Bertrand later on. You know, Steve Geschwinder, Louisiana head coach, ejected from this game for a few sideline interference calls. Bertrand continues, though, to just roll through the Louisiana defense. He hurdles a defender before Zach Martin stops him. And then you just saw Austin Hall at 6 on the sensational 7 for an 89-yard touchdown. Here he adds a 83-yard touchdown to his resume. That puts South Shelby up 14-0. Louisiana finally able to stop a Cardinal drive here at the end of the first half as Kemal Seoglu comes up with the interception. But Louisiana, just like Hannibal, has some struggles putting points up on the board, and South Shelby advances by winning by a score of 21-7. Westran shuts out Salisbury by a score of 14-0. So Westran, for the second straight year, will host South Shelby on Saturday afternoon. That game set for 1:30 as South Shelby looks to advance. Well, Quincy University basketball doesn't begin the regular season until next week, but the Hawks had one last tune-up to help get things in order before then. It would be their third straight game against a D1 opponent in 3 days. This time they're taking on the Fighting Illini of Illinois, and in the early going, Myers Leonard muscles his way in the post to pick up 2. QU able to respond later on, though. Courtney Belger hits the little runner in there. Courtney Belger looks to be a very big senior leader for this team. Then it's Q&D alum Ryan Stuckman from downtown draining the 3. Belger later on hits the pride of Beardstown, Drake Vermillion, in the post. He picks up the bucket and the foul. Just too much Illini in the end here, though. Illinois wins going away by a score of 73-45. Finally, congrats to the QU Lady Hawks soccer team as it makes the field of 48 into the national tournament. They face Wisconsin Parkside Friday at 6 o'clock in Allendale, Michigan. QU beat Wisconsin Parkside 2-1 in the regular season. And despite winning the GLVC title, the QU men's soccer team misses the field for the national tournament, so tough break for them.